Well, I think that the biggest threat to global financial stability is that governments in various countries may not have enough political resolve to take the important measures which are needed to deal with the legacy of the crisis. In advanced countries, this legacy is in the form of very high debt and leverage for governments, for households, for corporates, and for banks. And that means that strong action is needed to solve the problems of banks and the problems in the public finances. I think that to prevent further financial instability, what Europe needs to do is to cut once and for all the Gordian knot linking sovereign risk and financial sector risk. And that requires very decisive measures to finish the cleaning up of the financial system and the banking system in particular by having more capital, by having a more stable financing structure, and also to reduce budget deficits and public debts. If these interest rates stay there low for a long time, this may create some undesirable side effects in the form, for example, of search for yield on the part of markets, meaning taking up leverage in order to get higher rates of return. And this is something that leads to higher risk for the financial system in these economies. And also low interest rates in the main economies is a factor that also contributes to portfolio capital inflows going into emerging markets. And in many cases, this is exacerbating the very exuberant domestic dynamics in terms of overheating, very high credit growth, and asset price increases. Many corporates are borrowing heavily in international capital markets, or are borrowing heavily through their domestic banks, which in turn are more and more reliant on international capital markets. And this is something that must be monitored because there are a number of these corporates which are of relatively weak quality, and this is something that could cause problems down the road for financial stability in these economies.